I'll give you my favourite line from Nathan Lyle. Leadership isn't about you. They've got it on the back of their shirts. And
is that right?
I steal it, thank Dave. I use it repetitively because leadership is about the people we're leading and the team you've got underneath you. I try and make my decisions, remove the emotion out of it, remove the Troy's agenda and make my decisions on what's the best thing for Titan Ind, what's the best thing for my team and my staff.
Welcome to the Find Your Influence podcast. This episode, proudly sponsored by the Guinea Group of Companies, an organisation that helps leaders upgrade their mindset, upskill their leadership, and uplift their teams. If you would like the opportunity to sponsor an episode of our podcast, please reach out to the team at the Guinea Group, theguineagroup.com.au, the team at theguineagroup.com.au. Can't wait to hear from you. And if you would like to be a podcast guest, click on the information sheet that is available on the podcast page.
Team, welcome. We have got one of the most amazing humans in the Central Queensland region. Hugely successful man. Hugely successful. So, and that's, I'm grateful that people like Troy come and speak to me about all things influence and business.
I'm excited. I love talking leadership with people these days. It's a hot topic for me.
Yeah. Why, mate? Why? So, why is leadership a hot topic?
I guess that's my new trade. I started off as an auto electrician many years ago. And now my trade is leadership. It's my skill set. It's what I need to develop and work on. So.
You heard it first. Leadership is a trade.
Yeah.
Did you do your apprenticeship at the same?
Yeah, I guess so. Well, I guess everybody that you work under is you doing your apprenticeship. Yeah, you see good leaders, you see bad leaders, and you pick up bits from column A and column B.
Yeah. So sometimes in our sessions, Troy, I will ask the question at the start of the session: who is your best leader, and why?
Fortunately, I talked about this the other day. I grew up in small country towns, so I haven't been around a lot of large business sort of mentors or leaders a lot. I do some training with a company called A4 that I rate them very highly. They've done a lot to help me. Leaders in company. Probably when I was young, the first leader or person that I aspired to in my early work career would have been a superintendent by the name of Michael Merritt.
Right.
I still remember. So I worked on that mine for 5 years, and in 5 years he was the only guy to ever come up and give me positive reinforcement. The only recognition I've got in 5 years of work come from both times come from one person. And then I went and did a secondment where I worked underneath him a bit closer. And I remember asking, because he's a mechanical engineer, not a tradesperson per se. And I remember asking him, how do you do this? How do you guide this team when you don't have their skills? And he was the guy that said, you don't need to have the skills. You just need to learn people, know your people, and use your people to their strengths.
Can I write that down?
You sure can.
10% if I use it.
Yeah.
Learn people and know your people.
Yeah.
And then let's say utilize.
Yeah. Utilize them to their strengths. Not have to know every single thing in business. And it's so true now.
You wouldn't be able to.
No, if you threw me in the accounts room, I wouldn't be able to do account payable or account receivable or all those roles. But I've got good team members in there that can handle it. And when I have a problem, I take it to them because that's their strength.
Absolutely. Amazing answer, Matt. Amazing. This is what's really interesting. And I always say that recognition, Troy, is the most underused leadership skill. For you, you're just telling me the best leader you ever had was someone that recognized your contribution.
Yeah. Oh,
other things. Yeah, that was what you know. That's right.
Yeah. It was probably the first one that I was said showed me some leadership. Yeah. Other than, of course, as footy coaches and stuff like that. But
how far did you go with your footy? Did you?
No, never.
You play A grade and Rocky or Capri?
Yeah, A grade and Rocky.
Yeah.
but a lot of bush footy again.
Cool.
I grew up in a small town called Gayndah, a few hours southwest.
Okay.
But there's little pieces I picked up from, I guess, from everywhere. Like some of my first jobs.
Yeah.
But one of my early jobs in high school, I was DJing, of all things. Yeah, for a couple of guys. And there's a line they gave me that I'll never forget, which was "Know what you know and know what you don't know." I've reused that a million times. Do you know what you don't know? And then even my high school or my junior footy coach, Russell Kenny, he was probably one that just sort of motivated you to do the little bits of effort. He never been a prop forward. He just wanted me to work, and it was just one hit up every set of 6 potty. That's all I need from you. One hit
Was
up
that
every set of 6, and then we just count them and he'd check, and it was just his way of making sure that I was doing that little bit of work each time. And the small, consistent steps just built my game better and better. Yeah.
How simple is that, though?
So that's simple.
I've never heard. So, like I played rugby league. If you looked at our podcast, Jason Hetherington, Gary Larson, Casey Maguire, Douglas Boyd.
Yeah.
I've never, ever heard something as
simple as that.
One hitter.
Every set. That's all he wanted from me.
But how cool is that?
Yeah.
How do you then, now think about that, and then how do you take that into the workplace? And, like, how would you say to your accountant team, is it like, the report every month, one batch report every quarter?
It would just be, I guess what it translates to is consistency. I just want that. I want consistency. I want this every set. Give me one go. Have a try. Yeah.
Mate, great chat. Geez, I could see some good humans. It's just consistent effort.
It is. Small, consistent steps. That's how you make change.
Thanks so much. And that was probably the first question. Sorry. Now I said I'm going to burn the house down. List of questions. Always had this as well. Not from me. I always just want to. So, thanks, mate. Oh, thank you. We've sort of talked about what influence and what leadership means, and for you, I think it's probably those sorts of things and that recognition. Doing a little bit. Oh, actually, this is what leadership means to you. Learn people, know people, utilise people.
Yeah.
We've talked who's influenced you, some of those coaches and some of those leaders that we had. Your success story. Who's the person that you feel like you've done, like you look at someone and you go, geez, I'm proud of what we did with that.
One of our team members sort of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know, there's heaps of success stories. Like off the tools, we've got some great upskill lads. Hamish Green's a local guy here in Gladstone at the moment. He came to us as an LV trade cert. He's now mower plant qualified and just so versatile. You can try him on anything, trust him on anything. So I would have a countless number of those sort of success stories around the tradespeople. In the office, I'm really impressed with the team of schedules I've got at the moment. Probably giving me the most amount of confidence I've ever had to step out of my normal role and give them the freedom to do a lot more on their own, which is great. Yeah.
So for everyone's benefit, why don't we talk them through Titan Industrial, just so that everyone knows what we're talking about. So tell us what Titan does.
Yeah, so Titan Ind is a labour maintenance support company. I use the word support because I don't like the term labour hire. Labour hire to me suggests that you're only looking for crew positions and long-term stuff, whereas we are far more flexible. We help our customers with, shutdowns, short-term requests, holiday backfill projects, breakdowns, anywhere where they need people in a maintenance space, we try to deliver. So that's why I like the term maintenance support. And then on top of that, we've got 3 workshops that are in Gladstone, Rockhampton and Woorolba. And the workshops are predominantly light vehicle auto electrical, but we do a bit of mobile plant, small mobile, like civil size mobile plant here in Gladstone and up Canberra facility.
Way. All since what, 2019?
Yeah.
Engaged in this monstrosity of a business.
Yeah, it's been playing catch up at it since.
Because you've grown so quickly. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, for sure. And I talk about that with my, I said leadership is my trade now. As I've got the title CEO, and so it was a cool moment to be able to put it on the bottom of my signature, but I don't have the resume to support the title.
We do now.
And well, that's what I've been building on, and I try and focus on is how do I educate myself and coach myself out to deserve the title that I've got. Like, it's when you own the company, you can call yourself whatever you want. But
you've got to feel like
you got to feel like you belong in that. Get rid of the imposter syndrome, I guess, and earn the stripes. I think you get better response from the team when they can see that you're putting the effort into to
develop
those things. Yeah.
You probably, I don't know that anyone else has really lent into that since I've been talking on this podcast. That's really honest.
That's good. I think it's important. You need to be honest with yourself. Yeah.
So what was the moment? Was there a time when you went, you know what, I'm giving myself this title. Maybe I don't feel like it yet. And do you now? Like, what was that out there? Because
do I now? Sometimes I do. Sometimes I do. Like, I'm far more comfortable going into rooms down in Brisbane and with procurement teams and maintenance managers. I was always comfortable talking to supervisors, superintendents, generally because they're tradespeople like myself. I used to get very nervous in more of the
let's say,
and like the white collar sort of rooms, I guess is the word to use, procurement teams and that. So yeah, I would say I'm getting to a point where I'm feeling more comfortable in those places. So, been doing a lot more trips down to Brisbane lately, and
And is that just from exposure over time, Troy, or is it something you've done deliberately? Have you gone and studied what it meant?
No, exposure and training. So I've done a lot of work with both the Endgame and Eighth Mile that have helped me level up and get to a point where I feel more confident. Education's key.
Yeah, absolutely.
It goes back to that first line, know what you know and know what you don't know. And if you don't know it, figure it out. Yeah.
Learn about it.
Yeah.
So what's the biggest learning that you've got, mate, from say Eighth Mile or Endgame? What have you come away with that you go, you know what, that was gold?
Oh, that's going to be hard to pin the one thing. I'll give you my favourite line from Eighth Mile. Leadership isn't about you. They've got it on the back of their shirts, and
is that right?
I steal it. Thanks, Dave. Just
shout out.
I use it repetitively because leadership is about the people we're leading and the team you've got underneath you. And now I try and make my decisions, remove the emotion out of it, remove the Troy's agenda, and make my decisions on what's the best thing for Titan Ind, what's the best thing for my team and my staff. It's something in the mining industry you don't see often enough. A lot of people in my industry at superintendent manager level get away with making a lot of emotional decisions around how they feel about you or how they feel about a company or how they feel about something, not going, hey, what's the best thing for company X and all the shareholders that are in company X, the people that paid for us to be here. I should be making my decision to what benefits them the most. That would be, it'd be probably my favourite one from Eighth Mile. And the second one that I love because we've mentioned straight away, I love my football. I love my football. And I reference football a lot because I believe the secret sauce for a good company is culture. And the line there again, I'm going to quote it is culture is compromise of the behaviours we celebrate or not the discipline, tolerate and celebrate would be probably the easy way to run it out. It's
what we celebrate and what we tell.
Yeah.
Because it's funny you mention that, composed of tolerate. So let's say that's the low bar.
Yeah. And then what we celebrate.
Celebrate.
Pats on the back are so important. You know, as you know, we talked about before, what if 5 years working for a tier 1 mining company, and then pat on the back I got both come from one guy.
Can I steal that from mate tomorrow?
Again,
Thanks, Zach.
you have to.
Oh,
David Jono.
David John. I like it. Thanks, David John. You can send this to him, won't you? And you can get one of them.
I will.
Appreciate it, man. It's great work. Well, don't worry. There's nothing too new.
Yeah. I'm sure it'll. It's like a compost heap.
Oh, and because that's one that we use a lot. We always say, "I know." It's not about you.
Sort of thing. Yeah.
And public speaking is a little bit the same. You know, when you're a public speaker, everyone's freaked out about, being judged or focus on themselves.
Yeah.
Focus on your audience. Never had any problems with public speaking.
Yeah.
Same in those meetings that you go to in Brisbane.
Mm-hmm.
What do they need? What are they looking for? How can I help? How can I serve? What's important to them?
Well, I guess that's my mentality when I go for sales catch-ups. Hey, I'm on here. What's your problem, and how can I help you?
And what we say is, how can I serve?
How can I serve?
How can I
Yeah.
serve? That's right. Best. It's like running 300 humans as CEOs.
It's challenging. As we scale, but even when we're small, I knew every single one of my guys intimately, individually. There's not many in Queensland, so we'd have over 200 in Queensland.
Oh.
And there's not many in Queensland that I wouldn't know. We developed a program called the Titan Ambassador Program to help me with this. I guess when so I'm not small and with 40, 60 guys, I knew every single one of them. I had a relationship. The idea of the ambassador program was to put a layer between myself and the team. I can't have a relationship with everybody, but if I can have a relationship with my 12 ambassadors, none of my 12 ambassadors can have a relationship with 20, 30 people. It's a way of connecting us. I'm working with tradesmen. They're not the kind of guys that want to read newsletters or stuff like that. They like to get on the phone and talk and just be relatable with somebody. We built this program about 12 months ago now, rolled it out in January this year, and it's been the best thing we've ever done. Each ambassador's got a team of guys that he looks after. He touches base with them, checks up with them. We're actually going to be rolling out next year that the ambassador will do the induction process. So when you're coming in, welcome to Titan. I'm going to be your ambassador. I'm your big brother, so to speak, that will help you with your problems, your issues. We've put the guys through mental health first aid training, stuff like that, so they can be relatable, help the guys if they are struggling. Obviously, the world of FIFO, DIDO life can be quite tough and quite stressful on the team. I was feeling it like for a long time. I was feeling all those phone calls all the time and getting all the problems, and it's hard to get your actual job done when you're just solving those dramas. So,
it's hard emotional.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah. A portion of it feels like it for sure. Unqualified.
That's right. With mental health first aid training.
Yeah.
And that's a good start.
Yeah, we've put them through. So they've all done. So they did 4 blocks of training a year. The investors they did leadership first, sales and communication second. For them, it was more about the communication side than the sales side of it, but just how to talk to people, how to start conversations with strangers, and stuff like that. And then the third lot was the mental health first aid training. And then we got one more block of training that will come out in December for the guys.
Who does that in small business?
No, probably not many, not enough. But we're trying to be different, I guess.
Sorry, that's the trying to be different. Not only trying to be different, trying to be different good, different better.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because we can all be different by being unique, but you're being different by upskilling.
Yeah. I I mean, the ambassador program, what I liked about it too, it's about finding like two bit of different styles of leadership, you know, and then like some guys are just they're just an influencer, not so much in a position of power, but they got a position of influence because they're someone that the guys look at. So we try to select blokes like that had that influence without title, and it's amazing what these guys can do to keep your team happy and influence the result without having a big title. We still give them the badge of ambassador. We built actually I got the wrong hat on, but I've got the ambassador in that car. Yeah. And it's just it's just a tap logo that they've got on their shirt and stuff, so that obviously they've got their own team, but if somebody else, sees the tap logo, he knows it's somebody that I can go and ask a question to, whether it's his ambassador or not his ambassador. And then they've got some jobs to do. Like it's not a holiday for them. They've got to organise an on-site event once a month. So that would be putting a barbecue on site, and that barbecue is open to everybody, not just the Titan boys. It's open to the customers, to the other contractors, to everybody. We call them a mental health meetup. And then they've got to organise an off-site event once a month where they, might just eat dinner at the pub while they're out at Blackwater or Moranbah, and then they'll look on the roster, see who's there in the area, whether they're one of their team members or not, and bring them together. What else are they going to do? They're going to do one-on-one catch-ups with every single one of their team members once a month. Yeah, they've got a few other small KPIs and stuff, but it's just about, I guess, connection and culture and bringing the guys up. When you have a team, culture is so much easier to develop if all everyone's under one roof. We've got a team that spreads from Queensland across to WA. So we had to come up with a way of how do we improve culture? How do we improve communication, culture, and the team spirit while being spread across the entire country? And this is the program we've come up with. Next year we want to roll out a junior ambassador program. So have some up and comers, guys that are interested in it. And I've already had guys reach out to me, call me up and say, how do I get involved in this? How do I become an ambassador one day? And then be able to plug those guys into a junior ambassador program where they would have less responsibility, but then you'd be able to see how they go before giving the title. Nothing worse than someone getting a title that doesn't live up to it.
Correct. Or that's not ready for it.
Yeah.
But how good that you've given someone another pathway for development, not just their trade.
I believe some of these guys will be my future coordinators, schedulers, supervisors.
And this is a good way.
Two of the blokes are actually in supervisionary roles out on site now. So we're helping give them some skill sets. So we'll give them a path away from the tools when they're ready.
Mate, if you're listening out there and you're a small business, I feel like you're getting a bit of a blueprint for how to do small business. We didn't get it right for that's right away. There was plenty of trips and falls along the way, but we're starting to really build something now. Boy, you should be really proud, man. As someone who does this work and provides these service organisations, to hear someone like you in a 300-person business that doesn't usually spend, like there's one or two employees that we've worked with for long periods of time. But this is unusual for a 300-person business. So, massive shout out to you, massive shout out. And yet people are lucky to have him.
I've probably got the shout outs, but I've got to go to the guys that have helped me. Good. I haven't done it on my own.
Like every good leader. Just like, leadership's not about you.
It's around about you.
It's like that. I'm never forget a second shout out. Not love. And we're talking about influence. We do the dish profile. Cast is called. So what you were talking about was informal leaders.
Yeah.
They're the leaders without being led.
Yeah, they don't have a title, but people will listen to them. People will follow. They're influential guys. Yeah. If you want to move, whenever you want to move the needle, it's like the days of I'm telling you to do this are gone.
That was the
Yeah, that's right. That's,
Otherwise,
there was a yeah. There's a and look, there is a place for every type of leader.
at different times.
Kind of simply, but you know, a lot of guys jump on LinkedIn and will jump on.
Mm.
You know, there's no place for micromanagement. There's no place for this. There's that. There is a place for every single type of leader in the right scenario.
Agree.
But in my type of company that I'm, you know, people are my product. So I have to lean into that. How do I influence them and create an atmosphere and a culture where people want to be. You know, our mission statement now is trusted by clients, chosen by talent.
Oh, job.
Yeah, and that's that's where we want to get to. Place where the best of the best are picking Titan Ind.
Trusted by clients,
Chosen by talent.
chosen by talent. Powerful. Very quickly, you talked about footy. But
Yeah.
Are you a Broncos fan? Is it?
I am Broncos fan through and through.
Oh, good. So you would have been.
I was very happy to see him.
Mm.
I'm happy. I'm happy every year.
Yeah.
I'm a diehard fan. I don't go on the train and off the train. I'm just on the Broncos team. I know that things like this take time to build, and building a team doesn't happen overnight. Yeah,
I did it in a year.
yeah.
I won't tell
Oh
you.
well, I think
Yeah.
there's a lot of things that happened this year that are still from Kevin
Kevin.
Walters'
Right.
work. But he helped pull all those guys together. As much work as Madge done, I won't take anything away from Madge. That's right. But there were some great foundations laid there. Yeah, the turnaround come from, and I think there was still, there's a few guys on the team there from, was it 2020 with the Spoon?
Yeah.
I love that. I've read an article about where Paddy Carrigan still had the wooden spoon at home, and kept the wooden spoon off the field. That's powerful. Yeah, that's powerful.
Wow. And he played.
But to use that as fuel, not to let that bother you. And that's the trick to being, in my opinion, one trick to being successful is taking that stuff where you got it wrong, where it hasn't gone to place, and use that as the fuel to drive you into success, not let it own you.
Use failures.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy.
It's easy to use failure as an excuse.
Absolutely.
Harder to use failure as fuel.
Got a 2-day leadership program come up in town in the next 2 days. I think I've just got a few thanks to that. Yeah, that's it. I've really followed wrongs. So we got Casey and Guy coming and speaking at our leadership workshop, and KCI's program. And he just talks about, you know, coaches like Kevy and how good they are for clubs like the Broncos. Yeah, and I love the fact that we gave a bit of a shout out, because, you know, that would have been pretty tough. Do we know as leaders?
Oh, it would have been very hard. And as leaders, you're held accountable for everybody else's work. The buck does stop with you. And it can be hard pill to swallow at times.
Absolutely. Because I always say that, you know, especially like coaching in rugby league, you know, the team goes crap, the coach gets knocked. The team goes well, the players get wrapped. You know what I mean? Like when they go, well, no one knows the coach.
Answer to the coach when they're doing well. I talk about this one all the time, and a couple other interviews I've done recently. I always talk about a line out of Remember the Titans movie: attitude reflects leadership. Captain. I've got the poster hanging up in our boardroom.
Goosebumps.
Yeah. So I will say, I think people, the leader will affect how his team plays, and but it's not a coach on his own. The other leaders, there's senior leaders there in that team. Like there's a leadership group of your captain and other older players that are all able to influence that outcome.
Influence, absolutely. So what's it take? So for you, like when you look at, you know, whether it's footy, whether it's that senior leadership team at the Bronx, maybe whether it's your ambassadors, can you put your finger on what are the skills that those people bring? Like what is influence? What are the skills?
Oh, I think motivation, being likable and relatable is a huge one. Yeah, again, talk about the leadership style of do as I say, do what I do. That's gone. So you need to be likable, approachable, people be able to talk to you. People want to work, want to follow, want to take the next hit up, do the next bit of work on the footy field, all that extra efforts. Those extra efforts only come in when people want to be there. And that's that buy-in to a club or to a company. Like I said, the team I've got in the office at the moment right now, I can't fault them. They're amazing girls, particularly my 3 main schedulers. But the extra efforts that they do, they're not, the phone calls after hours, the just all the youth pickups, the different small pieces that they pick up around a place. They're not paid for that stuff. They do it because they care about the company and they care about the result. And when everybody cares about the result, they just start to perform.
When people care about the result, they put an extra effort.
Yeah, they do.
And they perform at their best.
Yeah, that's your buy-in, I guess.
Yeah. And that's, that's what I heard. I heard that influence creates buy-in. And and when you've got buy-in, when you see people care for your business.
Yeah, and so the little 1%ers. So something like, go out to a footy field and it's all the little 1%ers. Yeah. Like, did he keep chasing, or did he drop off? And if he cares about the result and he cares about his team, he keeps chasing to the best. Yes.
Are you going to do some footy coaching, Reg?
I've done one season of coaching.
Yeah, was it good?
Yeah, it was great. Loved it. It was actually my best year footy I ever played.
You were captain coach?
No, I don't agree in captain coach.
Oh, right.
I think they're different. I think they're different roles. They're different roles with different roles, responsibilities, and different styles of leadership. So I don't like to be a captain. I coached and I went somebody else. Yeah, I still play. I played and coached, but I had somebody else captain because I don't think you should do both.
Was that easy to manage that relationship with the captain?
Yeah.
Because you were connected?
Yeah, because you want him, like I said, he's pushing different agenda. Yeah. My job was Tuesday and Thursday on the field, but when it gets out on the field, that's his job. It's his time to inspire and lead. Your coaching is about the preparation, the team plan, and then it's up to him to execute the plan. So I don't agree. Yeah, but I actually got. I don't know if it was players I had a massive Ferris for it was in the Gladstone comp here. So
who were you playing for?
We built a team. I was living at Theodore, and we built a team called the Dawson River Vikings, I think it was called. We only lasted a year. It was a reserve grade. It wasn't A grade. It was in the reserve grade. It was when the Gladstone and Rocky comp first combined for a little bit, and a few reserve grade teams got left behind in grading. And they only had 3 teams here, so we made the 4th team to give them so they could have a comp.
Wow.
We went okay. We were more at premiers, but had a shocking run in the finals.
How long ago was that?
Oh, probably 10 years. 10 years ago. I'm pretty sure it was about 2015.
Wow.
It's a check with Peter White.
Yeah.
He's now the CEO of the Capras. Yeah.
Yes, near great year.
Yeah.
He's on the hit list too one day for the podcast. We sponsored the Audibility program.
Oh, yeah. I watched the game on the weekend.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was great.
Good. Yeah, I've seen some game too, but
yeah.
Just pretty special to be able to give.
Yeah, it's always fun. Yeah.
And, and Peter's always got a shirt or a jersey or some shorts or something, which is always nice. So,
yeah.
I don't know, I'm sure we with pride go to Capitals.
Yeah.
I can still, you probably can too, remember, back when Whitey was playing back.
No. I can't remember that.
What year were you born?
89.
Oh, stop. Is.
Yeah.
What, in your 30s?
Yeah, 36.
You're 36 years, mate.
A fair bit in the last 10. Not much happened from 20 to 24. So a lot of party.
Yeah. You didn't get much done?
Yeah.
So what happened at 30? What changed your mindset? What was...
my first business, I was about 20, 25 when I first started doing a little bit of, I had side hustles my whole life. I was always doing something outside of work.
Okay.
But when I first went out on my own to run my own company was about 2016. It grew when we went to multi-trade. So that was auto electrician only. on a royalty by trade originally.
Mm-hmm.
I had to hand. I've handed the certificate back. I wouldn't.
You wouldn't do it? Oh, no.
Me,
I'm a lucky watcher.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm flat out changing our fire extinguisher. What are those? The fire alarms.
Yeah.
Never know.
I diagnosed a small problem with that, and the instant hit of pride that I get when I go against something. It's something that I will say you miss about being on the tools is that instant satisfaction that you get when you complete a job. Whereas
Well, you fix it.
yeah, whereas the roles that I work in now, they're so long and tedious, and you pile of jobs. Every time you think it's starting to shrink, you turn around and it's back up here again.
Yeah.
So you don't get that completion satisfaction like I did when I'm on the tools. So yeah, I do the odd little job at home, or there's a couple of property owners I still do a couple of simple jobs for. That's not an advertiser. I'm not looking for extra work.
You heard it here. Don't reach out to Troy looking for.
But yeah, I love the feeling that you get.
Absolutely. Well, the person that was in for you is was a maintenance supervisor.
Yeah.
And we were talking about that, the hit that comes with fixing something and being the firefighter. You know, you go in, you fix this big thing, and the whole plant's back up on.
Yeah.
And what worked out was that there's no real incentive to do preventative maintenance. Why would it? Because you don't never get the hit of fixing stuff.
Yeah.
But I know that we should be doing it.
Yeah, you should, but I understand what you mean. The joy is in the diagnostic.
That's it. Oh, the joy of diagnostic. Joy of fault find. I used to work on mobile kit, so mining gear, electrical trucks and stuff.
Oh yeah.
That was cool fun. When you see this big thing the size of your house not going, and you can do something with it and get it moving again.
Yeah, it's a good thing. Particularly if the diesel fitter's been there first, and then
that's exactly it. And a lot of the time they'd say to us, "Oh no, that's all right." Yeah,
yeah, let's figure it out.
That's all. How much fun, Troy. So last two questions are these two. First one, and I think you've answered this about probably 3 times that I can think about. Actually, have you got a life mantra? I bet you a tip mantra. No people. You'd like it. You got a life mantra?
Well, there's a line off of a movie in my youth. It's called V Mulder. Worrying is like a rocking chair. Gives you something to do, but it doesn't get you anywhere.
Oh, nice.
I don't know if that's my life mantra, but
it's a good.
Probably something I wish I learned a lot earlier in my life is accepting who you are and not trying to impress. I look back and reflect a lot on how many years I wasted trying to fit in the crowds, trying to impress people, trying to be somebody I wasn't. If I could get that time back, I'd be a very happy man. But you can't get any time back, so I go back to wearing it as like a rocking chair.
Wow.
Yeah.
Don't try to
If that was advice I was going to give my life, if I could travel back to time and see my younger self, it would be that. I'd waste way less time trying to impress people and trying to fit in the crowds.
Just be you.
Yeah. And I found I started doing better work and enjoying life better when I just accepted me.
I hope everyone out there is glued. Accept me. Yeah. Hey, there's a t-shirt. That's a favourite. So Imre.
Yeah.
I love it, man. I love it. And I like I love your reference to movies, because I know Gladiator. We finish every one of our programs with the great leadership philosophies, Braveheart.
Yeah.
Jerry, my boy.
Yeah.
In there, I'll be like, never give up.
Yeah.
We even use Nemo. What's the Dory?
Yeah.
Just keeps winning. Just keeps showing up.
Just keep swimming. That's it.
That's right.
I mean, that's very similar to one rock every set.
That's it.
Just keep showing up.
Yeah, that's it.
Consistency.
That's exactly right. The Gladiator, strength of honor.
Strength of honor.
Yeah. Which is not even scripted. That was his school motto. He just said a bit, I want to say this. And I love the movies. And I love Remember the Titans.
Yeah.
How good's that?
That's cool.
Mate, tell us about basically the charity work you're doing in the sports initiative and university.
Yeah. So it's called the Titans of Coal. It all eventuated from we got an invite by the NRL to take a team over to Vegas.
How did you get that?
I still don't know. To this day, I don't know how I got invited, who put my name forward. So someone's obviously, NRL doesn't have a Refidex where I just go, okay, let's invite this guy. Somebody must have given them a nudge of some sort. And if you're out there, whoever it was that put me forward, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And I'd love to know who it was. But yeah, somehow someone's put me forward, and we got an email in my inbox, would you like to take a team over to the NRL Vegas Nines? And to be honest, I thought it was a spam email at first. I didn't really believe it. Had to do some due diligence, and turned out it was a real deal, real invite. And we took a team over to Vegas. That's actually where I met Todd Carney, and got talking to him. And anyway, it's grown a lot of legs. I talked about Adrian Nisbet from Endgame. He, in the early days, talked to me about one day, Troy, you're going to need your sandbox, something to put your entrepreneurial, creative spirit into something that isn't disrupting the day-to-day operation of Titan Ind, because most entrepreneurs are the same. We see shiny stuff and we want to go for it. We think we can do it all. And we think there's 26 hours in a day, but there's not.
I agree.
And anyway, so we built my sandbox, and my sandbox is the Titans of Coal. And what we're doing with it now is we're raising money for 2 non-for-profit charities. First one being the Shelter Collective, which is a local Rockhampton, Gladstone non-for-profit run by Dave Grenfell, that you said you know.
I know Dave. Yep.
Yeah. And then the second one is the Reboot Mindset Academy, which is a non-for-profit built by Todd Farney and Mitch Pearce.
Is it Mitch Pearce as well?
Yeah, Todd Farney and Mitch Pearce, the two bad boys.
I was going to say, because Mitch had some issues as well.
Yeah, they both had their share of issues, and they both found sobriety, and neither of them drink. Todd's up to 2.5 years. Mitch must be nearly 3, I believe.
Sure.
Anyway, working with them, I'm actually a director on the board with them. So it's my first time being on a board of directors for a non-for-profit.
Wow.
And with that, we're raising some money for the Reboot Mindset Academy to help just get the ball rolling and get the word out there and get it off the ground. They're doing really good work. So it's called Reboot Mindset because it's about exactly that, rebooting your mindset and helping you detach from whatever vice, bad habit, addiction you may have, whether that be alcohol, drugs, women, your job, porn,
any addiction,
sex, sugar, or for me, food and sugar, and help strengthen your mindset so you can handle the pressures of trying to kick a habit. And that you're never too old or too late to reboot and restart. And nothing, I guess, the other one's not just age, but whatever's happened, the mistakes you've made, the events that have transpired, the embarrassing moments, however bad they were, you can still reboot and go again.
Holy shit, man. Deep. I love the word detach. When you explained this the first time, which the camera around. Sorry, bro. You didn't mention that word. You didn't mention detach. And I think that's just resonated from me. And I think the question for all of our listeners and viewers, Todd, is what is it that they need to detach from? And you've
well, I mean, I guess that's individual. That's up to them, whatever they need to detach from. For me, I needed to detach from the hit of dopamine that I got when I ate something, as a coping mechanism of handling with stress.
So is there something deeper in this? So what we're talking about, the thing you need to detach from.
Yeah.
But is there a deeper why you need to detach? Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
feels.
for sure. Everybody's got a why. Everybody's got a driving force, and every new team talk about that, finding that drive, finding that. You ever heard of the ton of flow state?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Todd talks about his flow state out on the football field. When he's out on the football field, but it's like you feel untouchable. You feel like the world's amazing. Like, and that everything makes sense in that flow. So yeah, and I've since found that, for me, that can be out fishing or out hunting or on the football field or whatever it is, to find that flow state where it all feels right. And all the noise, the rest of that noise disappears. All your troubles from work, your troubles with your partner, with your kids, with your job, whatever it is, when you get out into that flow state, all that other noise disappears. And I think when people, sometimes people get lost along the way on finding their identity and what they want to be and who they want to be, and because of that, you go looking for little short-term fixes, short-term solutions that can lead you astray. That can lead you astray.
Mate, best ever. So detach so that the noise disappears, and then you drive your life forward.
Yeah, you find a way to drive towards the goals. So.
Mate,
it's look. Todd's probably going to chip me here because I don't know them off by heart yet. But the reboot is an acronym,
right? Okay.
Yeah.
So R-E-B.
And they're the steps. They're the 7 steps. I reboot actually. I at first. R-E-B-O-O-T. I reboot, and they're the 7 steps to.
If you're listening to this, this is your homework. You had to go and do the I reboot. Go and check out Todd's website. Director, and obviously really invested, and not only in a director, engaged and an example of how reboot works.
Yeah, it's changed my life.
And if you're keen, listen to episode 2, where you're going to listen to Troy talk about what it really means to reboot your life.
Fun.
This is better than the first time, Sean. I'm telling you, bro. Yeah. That was really powerful. So just to talk about that detachment and what that sort of means and reboot. Anyway, and I didn't know there was an online before it. Mate, love your work, bro. Love your work. Team, you heard it first here. I reboot. Troy, unbelievable.
Check it out. And tune in on KO Sports to watch the Titans of Coal play at the Brisbane qualifier on the, when does this get aired?
When you wanted it,
13th and 14th of December is our carnival. Titan Ind is the name and sponsor. Titans of Coal will be playing, and if we can come first or second, we will be going through to the Gold Coast 9PL in January. All while trying to raise some money. And if you want to buy some merch, we've got a Titans of Coal Facebook page where you can get on, buy polo shirts, shorts, jerseys, hats, and help us raise some money.
That's how I can help you.
Lovely.
I'm going to buy some merch guaranteed within the next 24 hours. Titans of Coal. As Troy said, there's a 200K goal for two non-for-profits, and Reboot's one of them. The Shelter Collective is a local agency really helping homeless.
So they're helping homeless and less off with. They got two key things that I know about. I thought Dave's got other stuff cooking. Actually, I know he does. One thing he's done is help refurbish old establishments. So I think he got like an old army barracks or something like that. Don't quote me on that, may not be exactly right here. Yeah. And then he gives them a birthday, restores the buildings, and then makes them affordable homes to help get people off the street or living in their car. And he's doing one right now called Arc 21, I believe it's called. Yeah. And that's in Gladstone. Yeah. And it's an old retirement village. Yeah, that's it. Old retirement village that was abandoned, and he's restoring that, and he'll do the same thing, rent the rooms out at an affordable price. But the second piece is he's got Moby One, which is a bus, and that's how I met Dave. The bus is actually in our workshop in Rocky at the moment.
No way.
Yeah, we're doing a heap of pro bono work for Dave to get it up on the road, and it's going to go out and feed the homeless, as well as tow a trailer that's got toilet showers and laundry services, so they can wash their clothes, look after themselves. But the piece that I love, this is the best part. This is where Dave's really going to make movement. Is he's got a little office set up in the back of the bus where he can bring everybody in one at a time, have a sit down with them, have a discussion with them about, how they got there, why they're in the position they're in, what skills they've got, what resume they've got, and what he can do about them trying to connect. And hope Titan Ind will be helping him with this as well. How can we skill these people up and find them real employment to actually move the needle? Like it's all good to help them with the home, help them with the fee, but if we're going to help people change their life, it's going to be through education and employment.
Oh,
It's exciting. He's already doing it. He's actually
you got 2 sandboxes.
well, Titans of Coal is my
Oh,
sandbox.
yeah. This is Dave's.
But Titans of Coal is I can go jump in any sandbox through Titans of Coal.
Right.
So
All the sandboxes overlap.
Titans of Coal is my little baby.
Yeah.
But with Titans of Coal, I can use Titans of Coal to help reboot, help Shelter Collective, and help somebody else if I find another cause that I'm passionate about. But this is the piece that I love right now. So he's already doing it with the Art 21 here in Gladstone.
Yep.
They're doing the refurb right now where they're cleaning it up, painting it, etc. And he's found some guys that were living on the streets, and he's employed them to do the work on Art 21. But while they're doing the work, they're getting certified and training so that they will then be able to pick up a full-time job at the end of it.
He's amazing.
He is an amazing human, and I guess that's why I'm trying to surround myself with more people like Dave.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
He was cool to be on board with. He only resigned from Rosebery, Queensland, probably 6 months ago.
Yeah.
This year. Yeah.
Well, I'd say CCT is full with Shelter.
I think he went through a health scare too at a stage, probably 12 months ago.
Yeah.
Quite a scary health scare.
Yeah.
Starts with the letter C, I think, and I don't tell him on too much, but maybe I'll take that bit out because that's probably Dave's information.
Yeah, we'll leave that one out, but yeah, we'll just leave it at Dave's.
That's right. Oh, I love that. Love Dave. And a fun human too. So, team, part 2, the camera went flat. Don't mind me. Troy, I had to keep recording this because this is some of the most powerful stuff you're going to hear today. Troy went from 198 kilos down to 155 now. And, mate, talk me through it. You want to deserve that weight loss?
Yeah. Oh, I didn't want to do surgery or the cheat way. I wanted to do it the hard way because I feel like I don't know. I just wanted to earn it. I wanted it to be real. And that's where my work with Todd and the Reboot Mindset Academy, a big part of this was shifting my mindset to one. Do I deserve it? Do I believe in myself? Can I do it? It's very easy to quit before you start if you haven't got the right mindset.
Absolutely.
Because I yo-yoed on the weight for years and you just give up very quickly. But to do that, part of it was discipline. My whole year, as the word for my year, when I started my year off, the word I wanted to drive into me was discipline. And that was around what I put in my mouth,
Of course.
the exercise that I was doing, but not just that. I wanted that to transfer into it's part of that, I guess, earning that CEO title and becoming a better leader. I wanted to improve my disciplines, and they were the things like getting the meetings on time, getting the meetings prepared, not missing Zoom meetings because. We talked about before, attitude reflects leadership. If I don't get to that meeting, all I'm doing is telling everybody else that this meeting's not important. It's okay to not be there. And so I gave up alcohol at the start of the year. Haven't had a drink this year. And the reason I did that was because the alcohol would unhinge my discipline. It's not so much what you do on that night, but it's the next 2-3 days afterwards. My discipline on what I would eat would, because people have come to me all year, but you can drink healthy, you can have a vodka soda or do this or do that, and that's fine for the first 4 to 6 drinks, but then your discipline disappears because the alcohol affects your decision making, and then you're drinking full sugar and eating a pizza or a kebab late at night, and then the next day when you're feeling less than. When you're feeling less than, then you're compensating by putting a lot of bad stuff into your face. So
powerful.
Yeah, that's the work I've done with the Reboot Mindset Academy with Todd particularly was around shifting that mentality, shifting that that mindset, and then really driving in disciplines. Um,
I'm intrigued. You've really got me intrigued.
and it's, you know, so as I mentioned before, the Reboot Mindset Academy is not just about, you know, for Todd it was alcohol. For me,
Ah,
I've given up alcohol, but I gave up alcohol to sort my food out, my diet out.
because it unhinges you.
Yeah, because it just unhinges my discipline, and then I'm eating whatever I want to, and I'm slack. You don't get up and go for that walk. You don't go to the gym. You don't do anything. And my day-to-day work day, I'm lucky if I do 1,000 steps in a day.
Sitting
You
at a
know, I'm
desk.
sitting behind a keyboard or a steering wheel.
Right.
That's what my day by day is now. And I went from a bloke that played football.
Yeah.
You know, went to training twice a week, played on weekends, touch football, mixed netball when I was younger. Very, very active. And then be on the tools all day, walking up and down digger stairs or dump truck stairs or just moving around out on site, to just sitting still behind a keyboard or behind a steering wheel. And yeah, I wanted to sort that out, and to do that, I gave alcohol up as a tool to control my discipline, to work on my way. So my reboot, although alcohol is linked to it, it's not the root cause of my reboot. My reboot is around my eating habits and my addiction to food.
I've got the same challenge.
For me, it became a coping mechanism as I got stressed.
Right.
I would just use sugar as a little dopamine hit.
That's it. I get it.
And
I get it.
and when you're moving 300 people around, you're stressed a lot. And so all of a sudden, you know, and I can still feel it. I can feel it instantly when I have, you know, an upsetting conversation or something.
You're looking for sugar.
Straight away, I have gone and, like, if I'm working late at the Rocky office, I have gone and opened all 4 fridges,
Looking for sugar.
looking for sugar after an argument with somebody.
And I'm the same. Oh, Deb's moved them. Because we give chocolates away.
Yeah.
There's boxes of them in there.
And now I look at I like the long range fuel tank in my car, and I've set myself up for success too by putting a fridge in the back of my 200 series, putting a pie warmer in the back, so I can meal prep, have meals ready, and heat them up on the road.
Whoa!
And just avoid, you know, you go to any service station, and they just set up
hot box.
Well, the hot box, but even just the sugar, the aisle of sugar on the way to the counter. You walk up to the counter. And while you're waiting there, if she's serving somebody else, there's a row of chocolates in front of you. There's bags of lollies. So, yeah, discipline. And the other beautiful thing with the alcohol is controlling my emotional state so much better. And again, it's when I go emotional, that's my trigger to want to go and eat and want to go and binge and do the wrong thing. So, yeah.
So
been a hell of a journey. And like I said, 198 down to 155 now. So it's at 44 kilos down. 44 kilos down, still got 40 to go, but managed to play my first game of footy since 2018, since before I started the company. So I'm pretty happy with that.
Since 2018. So I've got all the same stuff going on. I'm now on a mission now.
Mm-hmm.
It's freaking hard, eh?
I saw the bike as I walked in.
Yeah,
doing a triathlon.
So I tell you, one of the drivers was I got last in the world champs, last in age group, slowest, heaviest. Just didn't like, just looked out of place.
Yeah,
that was for me. You know, you've obviously had a time where you went, no more in this year's discipline.
Well, it was my old boy passed away when I was 17. He was 51, and then last year. My old footy coach, Russell, was actually his brother, passed away last year. He's 53.
Heart related?
Yeah, both times. Both times were alcohol, weight, and heart related, body related, and
lifestyle.
Yeah, lifestyle. And I sort of thought about, last year I was 35, and I thought to myself, I've either got 15 more years or 50 more years. I need to make a decision on how I'm gonna treat my body moving forward. And I'm by no means am I against alcohol. And
No.
if you can drink and eat and stay healthy and keep your body in that sort of condition,
All power to
all power to you. But in my lifestyle, with my work, my stress,
Sure.
and the physical activity that I do in a day, I couldn't do it. So I made a call to want to sort that out, and then everything else has come into suit. And that's what I got talking with Todd about in Vegas, was the Reboot Academy and all that it's doing. And that the Reboot Academy is not just Reboot Mindset Academy. It's not just by any means about alcohol or drugs or any particular thing. It's about rebooting from whatever vice it is that you have. It could be a job that you're in that you're not happy with. It could be a relationship with the partner or ex or de facto, anything like that. It can be, for me it was food, for Todd it was alcohol, for somebody else it could be
Relationship.
it could be a sex addiction, it could be whatever it is, it could be any form of addiction.
That's a thing.
Or vice that's holding you back from being the best version of yourself.
Best version. Well, mate, I've got a big question for you. So, there's so many people out there that struggle with what, you've managed to get on top of. What's the advice? Let's say there was someone out there at 198 and they've tried everything, they've done everything, they don't want to go down the surgery or the whatever path.
For me it was a mental battle. I never made it work until I was ready in my own head, and that's what I mean. I had to shift and adjust my mindset and strengthen my mindset to be able to get through. Because the first couple of days is always easy, but it's the battle afterwards.
Those couple of weeks,
or it's the next argument, or the next thing that goes wrong at work, and it's the next time your stress goes peaking, and they're not going to touch the and be no different to an alcoholic trying to avoid a drink, or a drug addict trying to avoid drugs. It's easy while it's easy, but it's you need your mindset right to get through the hard times, the stressful times, the tough times. So my advice, I guess, is strengthen your mindset first. Be mentally ready for the challenge, and then then the physical side would follow.
Mate, powerful. Thank you so much for sharing.
You're right.
It's a big deal, eh?
Yeah, it's been a lot. You really see it as just on the weekend, an episode of Dipper, AFL.
Oh, Dipper Domenico.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
So last year we shot an episode of Dipper's Big Rigs.
Oh, right.
And it was about mining industry, and they showcased Titan Ind and the work we do on the mining machines. Anyway, we recorded that like September last year, and it just aired on
12
Sunday.
months later.
Yeah, it just aired on Sunday. And
so you're on the telly.
And I see that video, but I see myself at 198 kilos, and it makes me cringe. Yeah.
And is that motivation to keep going?
It is, yeah. It's sure is. The footy was like playing on the field the other day. That was the best.
That was the motivation.
That was the best.
I want to do more of that.
The best hit of dopamine that I've had in a long time, and I loved it. I actually wanted to get more physical. I don't have.
Did you want to bash him up or something?
It got a bit soft on day. Yeah, on day 2, people started bringing their kids on the field and the water boy, and they started to get turned into much more of a muck around game. Right. And I'll be honest, I was getting frustrated. I was like,
"You're ready to play footy?"
I was like, "These kids get to play all year. This is Troy's day. Get off the field. This is my one day to play footy.
I need to bash some people.
Yeah. I want to keep going." But look, it was a fantastic weekend run by the Mullen NBA grade team. I'm very grateful for Cody Nelson for convincing me to come in and come down and play. And all year I've been working towards that, but I don't now, because I've hit that goal. I've got to have my next goal in place and next thing in line to keep working towards it. But,
see, what it sounds like to me is when I said to you, was that photo and that picture enough? And you were like, it was just uncomfortable, because that's being away from motivation. It's away from being big. Whereas for you, you're towards motivation. What you really want is footy.
I think, motivation takes two things. You want a reward and you want fear. There's got to be a bit of both.
Yeah.
It's good to have a carrot, and it's good to have a stick, but I think you need a little bit of both. And my fear is honestly it's a fear of death. It's a fear of working this hard and putting in that effort that I've done
And not being around to enjoy
to
it.
not be around to enjoy any of it. Um,
Yeah.
and so there's a fear factor driving me, but there's also the reward factor of, my pastime. I spend my pastime out fishing, hunting, etc.
Yeah.
And actually being involved again. For years, I've been a spectator. We go out in my ute and we go hunting, or we go out in my boat, we go fishing, but I couldn't physically
Do the stuff.
and enjoy it, and not being a spectator now, and jogging to my own pigs, and getting out and getting involved, and being able to reel my fish in myself, and be involved again. You just, in the way you move around and climb on the boat.
Yes.
About 198 kilos, mate. If I moved the boat, the whole boat whole boat rocked. So yeah, and that's probably my reward. Is so I've got my fear and I've got my reward in front of me, and between the two of them, because one will only motivate you for a certain period of time. If my reward was just to go play that footy game, then I would have got it. I would have hit it, and now what's my next reward? Whereas I've still got that fear behind me, and between the two of them, they've been pushing me along.
Fear is deeper. You've just unpacked about, I don't know, 20 years for me. I thought it was pleasure and pain, but it's deeper than pain. This is not just pain and discomfort. This is fear of dying.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. It was, I guess, like I said, it was last year. I was at that funeral, and it was just a penny drop moment for me. If I got 15 years or 50, and there's a big difference between the two in time on this world, and living this life, and being a part of this journey. And
And not.
and I got too much cool stuff to do to rack it all into 15 years. So I need a bit more time.
Team, we've been so lucky. Thanks so much, man. Just so grateful for your time, like for you to share that stuff there. That's, I think this
This is definitely the most public forum I've had that discussion in.
this is the stuff that really helps people. This is what, the more vulnerable you, where we've just got inside your heart, and I just can't, right inside your psyche. And for you to talk about some of that stuff, man, I'm just so grateful. It helps.
I think that mindset, being positive, strengthening your mindset, is really important to succeeding at any of the goals you've got, whether it's weight loss, building the company, building a good team around you, any of those things. You've got to get that mindset right first. I think that's step number one.
That's so true. And it's funny, I'm going to put it out there, which I've never put out there before either. I stopped drinking, and we doubled the turnover in the business in 2 years.
Yeah.
For the 2 years.
We haven't increased revenue, but we chose, at the end of 23, we made a decision called Better Not Bigger, where we chose not to get any bigger until we got to a level of caliber that we wanted to be at. So we want to be great at what we do. We want to be, as I said, trusted by clients, chosen by talent.
That's what I went to.
Exactly. Trusted by clients, chosen by talent. And to do that, we had to improve a lot of things internally. So we've been on a mission for the last 2 years around process, procedure, becoming ISO compliant.
Big job.
We've passed our first 2 audits. We've got our third one next month, and we should have all our ticks by Christmas. That's my Christmas present to myself.
Nice.
But what I've achieved professionally this year, just by not drinking, the work I've done, the team I've got around me, I think if I'd have done it 5 years earlier, I'd probably
imagine where you'd be now.
I can't even fathom it. It'd be so much further ahead.
I saw a clip the other day. Someone was speaking, and they said,
I can't imagine that anybody that ever decided to stop drinking got a year down the road, 5 years down the road, 20 years down the road. Not one person in the history of the world looked back on that time and said, I regret doing that.
Yeah.
Not one person.
And I think that's a powerful enough endorsement of it.
It is. It blows my mind that like I said before, the stigma and the.
I know.
I actually ran into a kid at the doctor's surgery 2 days ago. I was going in to get a chest X-ray for my Coldwell Medical. I ran into a kid there that I played some. He was only a little young pup coming through footy in my hometown, and I said, "Oh, you still playing footy?" He goes, "No, it was ruining my relationship with God and ruining my relationship with my partner." because I was just drinking and partying and doing all this sort of stuff
because of the football.
because of the football and the culture. And Todd talks about it, and I don't want to quote him by any means, but like Todd talks about it around footy. I've seen it around mining. The culture of drinking culture is huge.
The FIFO and Dido.
Yeah, FIFO and Dido. The guys go up there and it's work, drink, work, drink, work, drink. Sleep is optional. And they wonder why boys wonder why they get fatigued, why they get unhealthy.
And unhappy.
And that's where the stress in their personal relationships with their kids, with their partner, with their family, where all that is. And that's why the Reboot Mindset Academy is actually building a program based around FIFO, Dido, work, lifestyle, and how we can help guys break out of that stigma that
break the cycle.
Break the cycle, yeah. And we brought a team of our ambassadors that come down to Brisbane, sat with the Reboot team, sat with the psychiatrist and all that. And the boys, they really opened up. They talked about the struggles that they'd seen, the struggles they'd had with their families, with their partners, etc. And hopefully, I think it's next month, the Reboot team are going to come up and deliver it back to our ambassadors, do a trial run, and then in the future, hopefully try and deliver it out to some mine sites.
I was going to say, why don't you become like a service provider for this and have an arm and have a little rocky office where you could do something really special with it.
Look,
too much. The
Reboot team will do a good job with it.
Yeah,
we just help give them the content and the real life. You do training. Tell me if I'm wrong. The best way to get training across to someone is to make it relatable and something that they can connect with. So they got to talk to guys that have been in the industry for a long time. I had a cross section of like family men, young guys, like all different blokes from my company that come down and spoke about all the different battles that they'd had while working in the mining industry.
Do your team realise how lucky they are to have you as a leader?
I don't know.
I hope they do.
We'll get some bumper stickers, mate. Look, something like, I guess the ambassadors, they get it. They get it now because they've got to see that, and it's a beautiful part of that program is they're getting that peek behind the curtain, seeing the challenges, seeing the what I go through. I remember, young Shawnee, he's been with us for 8 years. Like, so from before Titan, he was with us with Ohms.
I was going to say.
And he's an ambassador now.
Wow.
And we're only about a month into the program. He's like, is this what you've been doing?
Oh, true. This is what you've been working on.
These phone calls, these questions I keep getting asked, the stuff the guys are venting to him about, and that I'm like, yeah, mate, that's what I've been doing. And he's just like, wow, I've got a whole new respect for you and the role and what you do. So yeah, it's been a good thing, that program.
Fuck. I'm spun out, team. I am blown out. This one day, if you're up for it, could you come and speak at one of our leadership programs if you're up for it? Be interviewed
12
like this.
12 months ago, I would have said no way. But yeah, now 100%, I'd love to.
You, mate, you would change. Like, leaders need to hear this. What you do. Mate, I'm telling you, it's like the mind stuff. You now look inside other businesses and you go, why don't they do this stuff?
Yeah, I do that now. I look at companies and I go, mate, you could fix this and this by doing this. Yeah.
And like hit books and books and books, and there's 30 years of 20 years of experience now, and I still struggle to sell us. Well, we go okay, we go pretty well, but at the end of the day, like, I get, oh no, we don't need that, or it's too expensive.
Your challenge is exactly that. Your challenge will be getting people to see the value in it.
That's right.
I would hands down. We're investing that money and time into our ambassadors because I see the value in it. It's getting the rest of the industry to see the value in what this could do to changing the culture of a workplace, the happiness, but the dollar figure. This is the untapped dollar figure that sites and companies and stuff don't see. The retention, the money in turnover of staff is astronomical. So when we can get our retention, we got our retention rate down something like 6%.
Whoa.
Industry average is 14%. in blue collar. So we're half the industry average now. And look, we're never going to be zero. We are a labour force company. So people are going to come, people are going to go. We track our resignations, and we track particularly around the guys. So if someone leaves me and goes to one of my customers, that's 100% fine. That's
Wow.
That's
good.
Well, that's the progression. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to service my customers. I'm here to help my customers out, and they're looking for full-time staff, and my guys are up to it. You know, that's a compliment to me because it means I've delivered a guy that's of a caliber that they're interested in hiring. So I see that as a compliment to the company. But where we track them is if someone's leaving our company to go to one of our competitors, well, then the big part there is the mirror. Look inside, reflect. What am I doing? Make that guy look at these other options, not what's wrong with him, what's wrong with that, what's wrong with me, what's wrong with Titan, why is this guy looking somewhere else? And that's all I can do if I'm going to be chosen by talent, is set my company up as a company that people want to hang about in. And it's while they're, like, contracting is it's a part of someone's life. It's not something guys are going to do forever. It's a young man's game, a lot of our work, because you know, the guys, contractors can be bounced around from job site to job site, and there comes a time in your life where you want that stability and that repetition of one mine site. And if that's the case, then you jump across to the customer. That's fine. That's a success. But while you're in the contracting game and you want to be a contractor with a ute and all the perks that come with contracting lifestyle, I want them to stick with me as long as possible, because the dollar, the money, like on the business side of it, one, it's a happier place to work at, for sure, culture. But on the business end, at the bottom line, the money saved in turnover is astronomical. And I think there's a lot of people in my industry, and not just mining, but transport and marine and any of those blue collar stuff, they could do a lot to try and stop the circle. I mean, people are just transient. They go from job to job to job to job, and they're looking for happiness. They're looking to feel valued. They're looking to feel wanted. They're looking to feel at home. And when you can stop that cycle, and then the buck stops there, and then you're not pouring money into recruitment and onboarding and training and education again and again and again.
I saw a stat the other day, Troy, something like 23 grand, even for small businesses on average across Australia, to replace someone.
Yeah, we market it. Well, we market at 20 grand in our labour force, but it wouldn't surprise me at 23, 25.
Yeah, that's right.
I believe in a workshop, it's even higher.
Induction,
because
certificates.
Well, they've got to get to know. So in the workshop, when they're getting to know their workplace and their work area and all the process procedure of your work area, that's all. They're not productive, and that's all on my time. At least with my labour supply, that piece of it is taken out, because I am billing from the moment they're there. Right. So yeah, in the labour force, I would say 20 to 25K, but I think in the workshop,
it's probably higher.
Workshop in my office, I would say it's higher. If you took in all the time of non-productive hours.
That's right. They're coming up to speed. Exactly right. You know, Deb's been here for probably 6 months now. And you know, it's a slow journey. It takes time for it, and she's still learning. Yeah, and you and I are still learning. We still learn about ourselves and about our business.
Never stop.
Never stop. Never stop. Mate. Last question. If you're me, who would you get on next?
If I were you, who would you get on next? Depends. What are you looking for?
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, it depends if you just want to achieve the fab on leadership.
Yeah.
There's a great guy that lives in New Perth, Peter Keith. You ever heard of him?
No.
He's got a book. For something that's like the world is between your ears or something like that.
Nice.
He delivered our sales and communication training.
Nice.
Lives at your Perm. Awesome guy. Definitely someone you could look up to.
Team, you should have got heaps of value from this. This has been my just best ever. I hope if you're listening to this and you've been on one of my podcasts, don't be offended, because this was so much fun. This was best ever, and I never thought we would still be here 2 hours later, still talking.
Yeah, we know another 2 hours. We'll save that for episode.
Let's do it. Let's do it. We'll come back in 12 months' time. That's what we should do. Let's put it in our calendar for 12 months' time after Titans. No, you know when we should do it? After Vegas. Come and tell me what it's like to go to Vegas again. You can go to Vegas again.
Yeah, I am.
Done. I'm going to get Debbie, a little fair. After Vegas, we'll do part 3. How cool.
Oh,
Mate, that would be great. Dean, you heard it first here. Troy's going to go and change the world, which he's already done. And can't wait to hear more on part 3.
thank you. Cheers.
Thanks for listening. We just had an amazing guest on to another amazing podcast of Find Your Influence. My name's Anton Guinea, and for 20 years, I have been sitting, working with, training, coaching and consulting leaders at all levels of organizations. I've coached Gen Z leaders right through to baby boomer leaders. I've done 1,500 one-on-one leadership coaching sessions. My mission on this planet is to help leaders create high-performing and psychologically safe teams. If you want to upgrade your leadership, upskill your teams, or upskill your leadership, please reach out. You can get me at anton@theguineagroup.com.au. Please tune into our next episode. These podcast chats are amazing. The value and the information that you get will help you be more influential and help you be a better leader.